Howdy folks, it's the Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we might have a problem with with this last leg. First of all, let me explain what we're doing just in case you haven't been watching every video for the past couple months. We're in the middle, well today we're finishing the Mighty Mississippi VFR tour, where we began at the very beginning of the we began at the beginning of the Mississippi, like at Tasca, Minnesota. Flew around Minnesota, following the river, and then headed south. And now here we are, just north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, about to finish our journey. And it's completely fogged in, and I don't know how we're gonna how we're gonna follow the Mississippi to the Gulf when it's all fogged in like this. We might need to clear up weather, which is a bummer because we have used real life weather since the very beginning, 9 or 10 videos ago. So to have to turn off real live weather, or whatever you want to say, current weather, live weather, for this last video is kind of a bummer. In fact, it's a huge bummer that we have to turn off weather for this last leg. But you know what? We'll take off in the weather, and then we'll kill it, so that we can see stuff. Because the whole point of this is a VFR flight of the Mississippi. And first of all, you cannot fly this VFR in real life. Secondly, you're going to miss the entire Mississippi. So, yeah, I'm bummed. But anyway, that totally threw off my introduction because I wasn't expecting to see weather like this. Because generally it's been pretty good this entire trip, including flying through snowstorms, which was fun. So, I told you what we're doing. I told you where we are. We're just north of Baton Rouge. Yes, 10 videos this trip has been, even though we're not even done yet, but 10 videos. This last video, though, is going to... I was looking for my airplane. It's right here. This last video is going to be pretty full, though, because you have to fly over Baton Rouge, New Orleans, fly the river delta to the Gulf, then come back to New Orleans to land somewhere. So it's going to be a full video, so I should probably get going. The airplane itself, big Radials Norseman, which I've been flying this whole time, but just in case you haven't seen any videos, I do need to disclose that this video was gifted to me. It was provided to me, well, it was gifted to me like over a year ago, and I wasn't required to do videos on it, but I did anyway, and I did videos, and close look videos, long time ago. I've just been using it for fun for these videos, so I don't know if it's considered provided or not at this point. I'm just using it because I want to. And they gave me their entire hangar. Big Radials did as a thank you to the community for all the stuff I've done for the flight sim. People don't know me as much as they used to. Back in the X-Plane days, I did tons of stuff on the forums, and I would introduce new planes for people, and I did a ton of stuff. Nowadays, YouTube is so saturated, people have forgotten who I am. I don't care. My subscriber count on the channel doesn't reflect what I've done because I did more on the forums than YouTube. But anyway, because of all that, this company, Big Radials, gifted me their airplanes as a thank you. So that's how I ended up with this plane, and we are becoming friends finally after 10 videos. So that's the story with the plane. Alrighty, let's looks like those trees are on fire over there. Look at that, like Minecraft fires. Anyway, so let's get going. I think I did everything I needed to do, right? Told you where we are, what we're doing, the weather. Of course, airliner traffic is turned on, but we're at smaller airports, so we haven't really heard much on the radio. Told you about the plane and everything. Okay, so let's get this started. We'll do the best we can. Those of you who have been following along already know that. Sorry, I'm trying to get some light in here. There we go. You would already know that I've only been able to start this plane one time since we started this journey, and I don't know what I did to get it started that one time because I've done everything I can think of all other 9 times. It's just me and a friend and food. I've done everything I know how to do the other times, and I can't get this thing to start. So we'll try again. If I can't, I use Control E. But I really don't understand why it's only started for me one time. I used to start it back in like the tutorial days on this and everything, so I don't know, but whatever. Maybe there's an update in the sim. I have not found an update to the plane, so, and because it was gifted to me, this plane is not through the marketplace, so if they update this plane, I won't get updates automatically. I'll have to go out and look for them type thing. But anyway, Alrighty, let's see here. We need to now do this and close the door. Actually, we gotta remove all this stuff first. And then close the doors. There we go. Alright, battery on. Generator on. Select the fullest tank. I always select the belly because it's the fullest. But when Control E does it, they do the wings. Let's start with the wing this time. Maybe that's the problem. Not sure. Let's come back over here. Comp on. Let's do oil dilute today. Maybe that has something to do with it. Props back, yep. Throttle closed, yep. Mixture rich. Carb cold, it is over there. Oil dilute, already did that. Let's do oil heat once, see what happens. Maybe that'll make it start up better. Let's see, what's your temperature above freezing? That's fine. Alrighty, igniters to both, that's up here. And there we go. Crack the throttle. Hand pump twice. There's once. And there's twice. And then this, the primer 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do an extra one because I lost count. And come over here and we engage it for a second and let go. We energize it for 4 seconds. You can hear it winding up if your volume is loud enough. And then let's start it. And it's not starting. Like usual, it's not starting for me. So let's do Control E. And it's going to start on its own now. We can bring this back down to cold. That had nothing to do with it. Oil dilute had nothing to do with it. Tank, let's use the belly tank because we don't want to run out of fuel right away. And yeah, there you go. Alright, flight plan, I already told you, we're just going to head south and then east. We are completely in Louisiana now. The previous videos, actually starting video 6 and forward, 6 to 9 I guess, we've been talking about all the state borders and everything. Kind of interesting, I think. But for the rest of this, we're completely in Louisiana the rest of the way. We'll see some big lakes like Lake Pontchartrain. I think that's how you say it. I don't speak French. But that's our flight plan. Don't know where we're going to land yet because I don't know how much time I have to fly back toward New Orleans to land. We need long airports, long runways to take off in this plane, but we don't need long runways to land, so we can land anywhere basically, as long as we don't plan on taking off again. Alrighty, let's turn on the weather and let's see what it says.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo, automated weather observation 1300 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility a quarter mile. Sky condition, few clouds at 700 feet. Temperature 3 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter tree 031.
Alrighty. Whoops, turn that off. Wind calm, so we can use any runway, but we'll just announce taxi. That'll tell us which runway to use. And then if we get beam barometer, there we go. Look at that. We are at how far above sea level? 180 feet. No, 40 feet. That's 100. I was thinking it was 1,000. About 35 feet above sea level. And those of you who know New Orleans is below sea level, but we won't get into that. There you go. Let's announce our taxi.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 41 is taxiing to runway 36.
All right, 36. So right now we're facing 270, so we're going to have to go left and then take off to the right. So if we go out here, we pop up here, runway 36, wherever it is, it's going to be right there. See, and then we're going to go that way. How do we get there? Where's our plane? Where's our plane? We're going to turn around and go right there. Pretty straightforward. Then once we're in the air, we'll kill weather right away because we want to be able to see the Baton Rouge. So hop back inside. No flaps to take off. If you take off with flaps, you never get off the ground because even with full power, I've learned you cannot climb with flaps in this thing. That's by design. So no flaps to take off. No taxi lights either, but I'm going to turn on my nav lights because it's nasty weather out there. And yeah, props forward slightly, and water rudder if you need it, which we don't need it. So let's hop outside to our favorite taxi view, then come around. Ooh, it's nice having wind calm. The past 2 taxis we've had, we could barely get going, and we couldn't even turn at one airport because it was so windy. But anyway, regarding the weather comment and air quotes turning off weather, of course there's always weather. I think I wanted to go this way. Yeah, whoops, it's over here. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh, that was not fun. Anyway, there's always weather, of course. It's just favorable weather or not. Man, okay. This thing's touchy, touchy, touchy today. Maybe it's throwing a tantrum because it's our last leg on this journey and it doesn't want to go back to the hangar. I don't know. Man, this is really giving me a struggle here today. That's okay. Anyway, you think I'd be getting better at operating this aircraft after all these legs to one airplane, but oh well. Can't win everything, I guess. And let's stop right here on the stop sign. There we go. Finally responded. All right. Parking brake, and what do we need to do? We need to extend the landing lights and turn them on. Pitot heat, cockpit light will turn off now. Confirm mixture ridge, props forward, note the time on clock. Rotate 120 degrees, which is this. Can't see it now, so maybe we should turn that cockpit light back on. This yellow tick right there, at 120, we need to take off there. And brake to stop the wheels, motor up, climb 100 knots, 100 miles per hour, this is miles per hour. Landing lights off, which we'll not do, because we want to keep landing lights on. Alright, here we go. Depart to the, I guess it's the southeast, we'll just say south.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 41 taking off runway 36 departure to the south.
Alrighty, let's wheel on out and take off and then clear up some weather here, but it'll be fun to get started in the fogged in conditions, which we would not be taking off in real life like this, obviously, for VFR. We can do some radio stuff in here, you know, it has radios and things, but I'm not setting them up for anything. So anyway, here we go. We should have enough runway for this. We're just looking down at the very bottom of your screen at that yellow tick, so we know when to take off. And we need to make a U-turn, obviously. We're actually going to fly up over the Mississippi, and then we'll turn right and follow the Mississippi back to where we are. There we go. Now we can finally take off. Well, these cells are best departure in this entire trip. Brakes to stop the wheels, no flaps. We will use autopilot. I guess I can set that up right now. Let's do 2,700 feet just because that's what we've been doing. And heading bug, we're going to turn all the way to 180 as we fly out north here. And now I just need to set vertical speed. I'm using my multi-panel, by the way. Look at that. Can't even see anything. Look at the VFR map. We should be over the river. Yep, exactly as I said. Then the river comes back down here and curves around. Look at that. I know what I'm doing. Alright, autopilot, heading bug, vertical speed, 600 feet per minute. And the plane is now going to take over and fly itself. Better. Yeah, it is. Okay. Jeez. Let me turn down my personal volume. Alright, so now I just need to manage the heading bug as we go. So we'll go to down to 180 in terms of, you know, actually, no, we don't. We don't want to go to 180. We want to go to whatever we are now. So let's come back down here and let's go back to like 145 for now. See, I was heading back to this spot where the airport was. That's why I said 180. I wasn't thinking that the river really isn't 180. There we go. There's Baton Rouge right there, obviously. So let's actually make haste towards the river. A little bit more. There we go. Look out the window. We see nothing. Nothing at all. But that is really pretty, though. Wow, we're already above the fog. That is super cool, really. It's not what we want to see for this leg, but it is super cool. Late morning. Alrighty, let's clear up some weather. Let's see what should I do with it. And there we go. Few clouds and 3,000 feet, or 2,900 feet. I set the base of the clouds so that we don't run into them. And there you go. Let's look back at where we came from. There is our airport there. We flew up, went to the river, and then the river comes around. And we're just going to head towards Baton Rouge. Simple as that. That's a great possible screenshot. Cruise, carb temp as needed, oil temp as needed. Those are both down here on the left. Pitot blowout is needed, shouldn't need any of that stuff. Switch fuel tanks as needed. 15 minutes for each wing if we're using the wings. Autopilot available, we're using it. And then just the approach checklist later. Okay, so we're all set, like usual. I don't need to like sit and be too yappy like it was in the beginning, because I'll be yappy enough once we get to the urbanization here. So enjoy the views for a little bit, and I'll see you when we climb, when we fly over Baton Rouge in just a moment. And there's Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I don't know anything about Baton Rouge other than it's on the river. So I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I do believe, though, that the capital of Louisiana is Baton Rouge, right? When I was a kid, I prided myself on knowing all the state capitals without having to think about it. I just was proud of it because it was kind of cool to know when you're like in 4th grade or 3rd grade. Ooh, look at that. That's some fancy representation of the city here, and the bridges, and the dystopian industry. And is Baton Rouge just a giant power plant? Wait a second. Let me pull up Google Maps here and look at this. Is that for real? I don't think that's right. I don't think Baton Rouge is one big power plant. Oh no, that part is. Okay. Never mind. Yes, that is. Okay, so that's the northern part of Baton Rouge, and it is a big power plant. Okay, did not expect to see that. Let's move over a little bit more this way so we can look at downtown from the cockpit. Ooh, look at interstate stuff. Interstate 10 and other stuff. State Highway 1 or something. We will look outside in a moment, so those of you from the area can have an overview of the city. I just wanted to look at downtown. There we go. That's a beautiful shot of downtown. I like that. There we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now we'll hop outside if we can. There we go. And have a look like this. Some ship traffic half underwater. Oh, nice. I'm glad we got to see this not fogged in. Oh, what's that little lake called? Is that like a reservoir? University Lake. Oh, look at this cool stuff. Huh, so there's a lot of shipping. Not a lot of shipping, but there's some shipping here. I guess that would make sense. It is on the Mississippi, near the Gulf. Yeah. And there you go. So there's your power plant area. There's your airport with air traffic. And there's downtown. And then the suburbs. Very, very nice. And again, Louisiana on both sides of the river here. So, as we head to New Orleans, which is just around the corner, I wanted to point this out, how the Mississippi winds back and forth in such dramatic fashion, and it is going to do that now all the way to the Gulf, pretty much. There are a few bends just before New Orleans. I said Louisiana earlier. I meant we're headed to New Orleans around the corner. Anyway, there's a few gradual, less dramatic bends before New Orleans, but then it's like this New Orleans again. So that's what the Mississippi River's going to look like. Obviously, we're not going to zigzag with it. We're just going to go across it. But there you go. So let's see here. Anything between here and New Orleans. Looking at the map, it's just tons of agriculture as we're entering the Mississippi River Delta now. And anywhere that they could build up agriculture, they did, it looks like. So, oh yeah, the two big lakes, we've got, what's that first one? I can't remember. There's Pontchartrain, and then another French one, like Maurepas or something, can't remember. And then, there's another lake that looks like it's the ocean. It's, what's that one called? Borny, something like that. I can't remember what it's called. I used to be obsessed with this area, by the way. I don't know why. I mean, that was 25 years ago, but I was obsessed with this area. Just damn, so it's kind of cool here to be in the simulator. Yeah, so I'm going to stop talking for a little bit, and I'll see you, I guess, when we get to New Orleans. And then we'll fly out to the Gulf. Like I said, there's still a lot of video to come. A lot of stuff to do, so enjoy some scenery without my voice for a couple minutes. Alright, we're not quite in the New Orleans area yet, but the big lakes are coming into play. I don't know what that one's called, but that one, this is the one I can't pronounce, and there's Pontchartrain over there. So you can probably actually head that way, since New Orleans is off of that lake. And that's the lake with the really long highway going over it, the big bridge. You can read all about it if you want to. There is a reason for the bridge, and there's a reason for the use of the lake. I can't remember the details, but there's something about it. So that means New Orleans is right in here. Look, you can see the big airport. So this is New Orleans right here. Should be rendering in any minute. We'll stay south of the river, I think, so we can see downtown and everything. And then we'll head off to the Gulf of Mexico. But even when we get to New Orleans, the distance between New Orleans and the end of the Delta is probably more than Baton Rouge to New Orleans, or pretty close to the same. So even after we get to New Orleans, we're not done. We have ways to go yet. And then we gotta fly back, right? So there are two huge lakes right there. And then the smaller one, I can't remember what it's called. Something Dulac or something. Otherwise, it's starting to pick up now. Agriculture is turning into the suburbs. These are the suburbs of New Orleans, depending who you talk to. One of my friends is obsessed with New Orleans. She goes at least once a year. And she goes like early winter, late fall, that type of thing. She's obsessed with it. I don't really care. I've never been there. My wife has been there a couple times. Even my dad had been there before he died, which is strange because he never really went anywhere. And of course, I had tons of friends who would go there for Mardi Gras and do all the things you would think they would do for Mardi Gras. You know, they go in college every year for a couple years to do stuff. I was never invited because they always saw me as like the goody prude. So I was never invited anywhere. I wasn't a goody prude, but I gave off those vibes, I guess. So I was never invited, so I never made it to New Orleans. I speak as though I can never travel again, but I don't know, whatever. So there's my New Orleans story. Done. Don't have one. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll stay south of the river, like I said, so we can see downtown out the window. And then we'll make a sharp curve to the south. And we'll head over the Delta, and people do live on the Delta. I did some research. Alright, there's Pont-de-Train, Pont-de-Train, or whatever. I actually asked my wife how to say it. She speaks French. She lived in France for a couple months in grad school. Anywho, enough yipping yapping. I'll see you again in a second. Well, probably 40 seconds when we get to the downtown area. And it's actually clearer than it was when we left, or than it was when I had it set up manually. So we will keep it. Real weather again, very cool. So it was foggy on the ground in Baton Rouge. Then we got above the fog, but we couldn't see anything. And now it cleared up. So here we go. Live weather to end the trip. Very cool. We only needed to fake our weather for a tiny bit. In fact, I probably could have just kept it live had I known it was going to clear up. But whatever. I'm checking out how everything like points towards the lake and fans out from the lake. Isn't that cool? Huh. Really interesting. I also suggest you go to Google Maps, turn on satellite, and check out the agriculture along the river. It's really interesting to see. I mean, it's what you would expect, but I still find it very interesting. Alright, so downtown is coming up. Let's see, which bend is it to help you find it? It's where it goes north, so I don't think you can see it yet, because, oh, there's fog. Just as I said, the weather cleared up. It's foggy right over downtown. Because it curves, I'll show you where downtown is. We're going over this curve. Downtown is right here on this curve. The final loop before it heads south. So I might have to clear it up again if you want to see downtown New Orleans, whatever people say. We'll see. Yeah. Isn't that funny? There's a thing of fog over Baton Rouge, and now there's a thing of fog over New Orleans, which makes me want to reference a book turned TV show that I can't reference because I don't want to spoil it for people. Bummer. Oh well, maybe in a couple years I'll come back and edit my video and say what I was going to say. But anyway, let's not ruin things for people. Let's just go down here. What are these, some mega churches or something? That's interesting. I wonder if those buildings really look like that. Huh. Oh, there's a golf course. Yeah. So anyway, a swampy area. Like I said, oh, there's Interstate 310 going to US 90, it looks like. Swampy area. We are entering the river delta. That is not the ocean there. That is not the Gulf of Mexico. You can kind of see the ocean there, though, the Gulf. Barely. But it's a ways to go. So we'll talk about that when we get there. Beautiful scenery and silly fog. downtown is peeking through the fog. We will keep the weather real. Just why not, I guess. This should be fine. We should be able to see things just fine. There is the highway that goes across the lake. Can you zoom in and see it, or does it just not render? It just stops rendering right there. In fact, that might be all we get in the sim, is that. Would be kind of silly. But it's a bridge that goes all the way across, I promise. It's kind of funny the way that's represented. Anyway, industry looks very accurate. Shipping, of course. Seafood area. I can't stand seafood, so I don't know if I would fare very well. There's a stadium. Downtown, more bridges. And we will kind of go around downtown, sort of, but not really, and then head to the south towards the Gulf of Mexico. And check out the river delta from the air. We'll see if the fog lifts by then. And we'll see what kind of housing and things like that are represented in the sim with AutoGen in the delta. Whenever I hear the Mississippi River Delta, I think of like Delta Swamp Blues, that type of thing. We don't want to give that side any neglect, just because we can only see certain things at once. There's a big red house right there, a red roof. Alright, downtown. Coming up on you here. I love how everything fans out. It is so interesting. Everything just fans away from each other. Alright, there's the stadium. I don't know enough about New Orleans to be like, oh, here's this quarter, the French Quarter. The only thing I know is the French Quarter. That's all I know. I don't even know where it is. I'm embarrassing myself. But even though my geography is very good, well above average, I can't look at New Orleans and tell you where, like, the French Quarter is, where all the party stuff is. I don't know. I don't know, even though I used to be obsessed with this area. Isn't that weird that I've forgotten all that? Oh well, that's what happens when you get older. You purge things so that you can learn new things, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, there is your downtown from the air with the lake in the background, going over the river right now, and the river in the background as well. Cruise ship, I guess that would make sense. And the bridges are accurate. Anyway, there we go. Okie dokie. That was cool. Much more impressive than I expected, to be honest. Alrighty. Let's head to the south and follow this river to the Gulf of Mexico. And we will see how long it takes to get out there. It's going to take a while. We're going to go out until the delta stops. So this is another 45 minutes, or no, that's another hour of flying for me to get out here. It's not going to be for you. I'm going to fit it all into this video, but yeah, I've already been flying for over an hour and 20 minutes just to get this far. So anyway, I will do a bunch of sightseeing with you. Not much talking, not much to say. You know what to expect. We're just going to follow the river to the Gulf until it turns into the Gulf, and we'll see what, like, you know, what kind of population there is there, and we'll speak a little bit together when we get to the Gulf, and then we'll fly back somewhere. So I will see you when we get down here somewhere. Well, I stepped away for a minute, came back, and I ran out of fuel, and my plane was going in circles and about to crash. So I did Control E to restart, and I'm trying to regain control of my airplane. But it's all over the place. The trim is all messed up. Everything's all messed up. Let's re-engage autopilot and see what happens here. And what's it gonna do? It's only supposed to be 500 feet per minute, please. Not. Oh boy. Oh boy. Jeez. Okay. Let's try to get this back under control. That is really funny. I knew I was running low on fuel too. I'm like, oh, I should change tanks before I step away. And I forgot. And now we're in this mess. I don't even know where we are. Oh, we're almost through the delta. We just need to find the rest of the river here. The Mississippi itself. I guess it's all three of these. Okay, well, my goodness. Okay, let's get this back under control. I cannot get this under control. My trim is not working. I'm trimming like crazy and it won't cooperate here. You hear me trimming like mad, nothing's happening, so I don't know what's going on. Let's try this again. And let's see what... Oh, come on now. No. Let's do vertical speed. Well, now we're above what I wanted to be. Oh, this is the mess. Yeah, autopilot keeps disengaging on me. I don't know what is going on with this airplane, but I can't regain control of it. What a dramatic way to end. As we reach the delta. My yoke is all the way forward and it won't. Yeah. What? What? What just happened? Yeah. Are we literally going to crash at the end of our journey here? There we go. Now things are... Nope, it still won't work. It still won't... I still have no control of my airplane. What a way... What? What a way to end this long journey. I have no control. My yoke is doing nothing. The airplane is doing whatever it wants right now. What is this? What is this? I have no control over my airplane at all. It's just doing whatever it wants. Yeah, I know I ran out of fuel, but I restarted it, right? No big deal, right? Oops. So why is it doing this? It was just a simple restart of the airplane, and I have no control over my airplane. Oh, wow. Talk about dramatic. See if I can get some screenshots here. Well, I mean, there was enough sightseeing to see that people do live here. Anyway, there's the end of the delta. Right here. We're in the Gulf of Mexico. This is where it's going to end for us, I think, unless I can regain control of this aircraft. Because this is insane. This is absolutely hilarious way to end a 10-part series. I can't do anything. Why is it going up only? Well, at least we get to see where the Mississippi River ends. Started in Lake Itasca, Minnesota. Turned and winded around. And started as a little creek. Into a trickling river. And then into a big river. And ending up in a delta. Where there's going to be a plane crash, apparently. Because I can't control this thing at all. I just don't understand how a simple restart of the airplane would cause this to happen. Right? This makes zero sense whatsoever. Absolutely makes no sense. And our closest airport is long ways away. It's Cape Hole. So wherever Cape Hole is, it's way back here, I think. Yeah. Oh, wait. It says there's one right below us. That's not. How can that be? How can there be an airport right below us? Let's kill... Whoa. Okay. Do I suddenly have control now? Is it right there? Is there an airport right there? No. Really? I didn't know there are airports out here. It is. That's an airport right there. Ah, sweet. Now it's gone on the map, though. How can an airport be on the map and then it goes away? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Okay, fine. Let's tune in an emergency decay pole. Selective traffic. Runway? I don't care. Oh, it's all water. I was going to say that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, of course it's water. I was wondering about that. What's the next closest airport? Whoops. Heliport. The Pass. LA7. I still can't control my airplane. I just turned back throttle. That's all I did. Oh dear. Do I have control now? Wait a second. Wait, I might have control now. Okay. What is our altitude? Almost 5,000 feet. Well, let's keep it like that. Let's do 5,000 feet. I guess. Okay. And heading bug, 150 or so. This is fine. So this vertical speed. Nope, it's autopilot's going all wonky. It's autopilot doing weird stuff, I think. Okay, now we're back to where we started. Okay, let me... Well, no, I do have more control than I did before. Okay, this is hilarious. Props, throttles, props, throttles, pops, throttles. That's what's messing me up. There's my props and throttles are all messed up. Okay, now we've lost control again. Do we have control now? Oh, there's houses down there. That's crazy. Wait, what? Is it my controls? Or my... props? My throttles are all the way back. The heck is going on with this airplane? Oh my goodness. Well, this wasn't in the plan. Yeah, so there's all these water airports, which makes sense. I think what we're going to do... I wanted to land at a real airport, though. But I don't know if I have enough control to land somewhere. It might just be a controlled... Oh, I've got... Okay, I can go side to side now, but forward and back on my yoke isn't doing anything. Well, we do have bush tires. So I think what we're going to do... I mean, we covered the entire delta, obviously. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try to land anywhere, since we have bush tires. And let's just see what happens. I mean, I have very little control over the aircraft. Yeah. I can't go down. My nose is all the way forward, and it's not working at all. Let's bring back props. What happens? Maybe we should just glide down. Maybe I should kill the engines and glide. Now the yoke is... No. So I've got throttle all the way back. And my yoke is all the way forward. And when I trim, it goes all the way forward. Nothing happens. So let's just trim all the way forward. Okay, there we go. Let me do flaps. That'll help me come down quickly, because it's going to kill our speed after we're done floating here. Excuse you. Can you please find some land and point at it and stay there? This is so bizarre. This is so freaking bizarre. Full flap. And now I have no control of my airplane again. I can go side to side and that's it. Forward and back on my yoke, I'm at the mercy of the plane doing whatever it wants. Oh, brother. In real life, I don't think any of this is suitable for landing, but we're going to do the best we can. There's Cape Hole, that was the water thing. The next one was like the LA7 or something. LA1. I think these are all water landings. Maybe not. Oh, that's an actual airport. I don't think we're going to get there though, because I can't do anything. I'm literally at the mercy of this airplane doing whatever it wants right now. This is so strange. I don't understand what's happening. I ran out of fuel, yes. I restarted the engines, yes. But why would I lose complete control of the airplane other than it's a bug in the programming? You know what I mean? Could just be a bug in the programming. One more thing I can try before I give up here is if we go here and we do ready to take off. And let's see, did that change anything? No. Still nothing. Nope. Chocks and covers. What? Okay, we're coming. Ooh. I still don't have control, but we're coming down because I have no throttle engaged. So we are coming down. But I have no control. So we're just going to land. Can I go left to right? Okay, I can still go left to right, but I can't pitch. Can't control my pitch, but I can go left and right. I'm trying to get to that road, which might not be a road. That might actually be like a swampy river. Right here. That might not be a road. We're not going to make it that far anyway, I don't think. And we have just enough throttle that we're not gliding. Maybe what I'll do, since I can't control anything, I mean, we're at perfect touchdown speed, look at that. But I can't bring throttles back to go slower. What if I give it some power to get to there? Okay. So I can control pitch with my throttle, of course, which is, that's what you normally do, but I can't control. Yeah, my yoke's doing nothing. So all the forward, all the pitch you see, that's me feathering my throttle back and forth. Very carefully. Whoa. Okay, let's kill engines so that it'll actually land. Yeah, I have no control over this airplane. It's just going to bounce and do whatever it wants. Watch this be our best landing. It was our best landing. That was literally our best landing this entire trip. Oh my word. Well, we made it. I don't understand what happened and why running out of fuel would make me lose control like that for that whole time. But it was very dramatic. Very exciting end to our long journey. Now can we open stuff up? And then, yeah, there we go. So it was a very, very exciting end to our very long journey. I don't regret any of it. I definitely don't regret the ending because that was very interesting and fun. And it was our best landing of the whole thing. We didn't even bounce. It was perfect. Anyway, here we are in the Delta. At the end of the Mississippi River. We made it. And there were plenty of houses and things along the Delta, within the Delta, so that was cool. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Lots of drama. If you haven't seen all 10 videos, there's plenty of drama throughout the series. So go and watch if you would like. Subscribe, turn notifications so you know the next thing comes out. I don't know what I'm doing next, so you're going to find out when I find out. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button, especially if you're in the future, so the algorithm knows that this video is still of interest to everybody. And welcome to the Mississippi River Delta and the Gulf of Mexico. And we're just going to sit here till help arrives. That's about it. I'll see you next time.